Hello Hastings, I'm Tom Wright. Welcome to another In Studio, and I want to introduce you to two lovely ladies here in town. Got a great event coming up, and one of them just made my co-host. We got promoted, Miss Elaine Zuzek to my far left here. Elaine, good to have you back.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, great to have you. And we have Jen Fox as well, Elaine's granddaughter, who also happens to be the Presidente of the Hastings Alumni Association. Welcome, Jen.
Thank you.
We did, it's a little deja vu for us, I have to admit, because we had interviewed before, but we had a glitch, a technical error, which happens in this crazy world of TV. So we're interviewing for the second time, but you know what? It's going to be even better this time. I guarantee it, right?
We were strategizing.
You were strategizing, coming up with more, even better material?
Yeah.
Great. You kind of got me scared, though. Okay. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Okay, ladies, big event coming up, the alumni banquet's like an annual deal. Take us through it, Jen, from the beginning. When do you start planning for this?
After the last one.
Yeah.
After the last one.
Seriously.
It was that long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a year ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, after the last one, we try to find a time and a place where you can do this, and you know, what is going to get us the most people there, that sort of thing. Should
Sure.
we do it in the fall? We've done it in the spring before. And so really, I think we have a meeting after the meeting to see what can we do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wow, so you guys are on top of it.
Yeah, and the Alumni Association meets like every other month or so until the banquet is about 3 months out, and then we meet once a month before just to prep.
Right.
And it's kind of a well-oiled machine, if I may, Grandma. We've done this for a long time,
Yeah.
so most of what we want to accomplish we've done before, and we can just replicate. But there are some new features. Like a handful of years ago, we installed the Alumni Award, and figuring out the parameters of how to award something, who to pick, and what the
criteria.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah,
Good idea. So
so-
what is the criteria for the Alumni Award? We'll go right into that.
Yeah, someone who we look for, an alumni who is committed to the community, who valued their experience as a student or in Hastings so much so that they decided to turn that around and give it back, and somebody who has likely worked with a group of the community and installed some kind of value system and pushed it forward so much that they are leaving a legacy.
And earning an award.
And subsequently
award,
earning an award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand you did award, just an award.
We did, yes, yes.
And who is it? Who do you award?
So this year's Alumni of the Year award was awarded to Josh Wallstrom, and he graduated in '03, and he's worked with the marching band, specifically the drummers within the marching band, for a decade now, and he is incredibly passionate about teaching students the value of good musical theory as well as being great people.
Awesome.
And he's not able to be at our banquet on Saturday, so we're gonna award his family with his award at the banquet, but we surprised him at marching band rehearsal last night.
Oh, cool.
And gave him a pseudo award before we give it to his family this Saturday. So we were able to address the marching band and tell them about the award and why Josh is receiving it, and then he was able to share that celebration with them. The marching band will be in Sioux Falls this weekend,
Cool.
marching.
Awesome. And they're
in a
doing pretty well, aren't they?
They're doing very well,
Yeah. And did you get a picture of that award that we can
Yes.
show here? All right,
Yes.
so everybody can see who this Josh Wallstrom guy is. I'm sure he's very familiar with a lot of people in town. Very cool, very cool. Let's talk about the event. Going back to those that are curious about it, Saturday, October 7th at the Onion Grille is where the party's going to be at for this alumni banquet. Elaine, let's go back to you here on this. What's going to be all there? What can people expect to see?
Jen and me and
Well, that's enough reason right
Two
there.
other
Number one,
people.
number two reason right there. You don't even need to go any further, Elaine.
You know, all of the officers and people who just decide to come. My oldest son is coming, another granddaughter is coming, so that's just the way it is. Sometimes it depends on if a class is celebrating their anniversary at the same time or a week before or after, and people are in town, they'll come
Sure.
then too. So it changes, but that's who comes. Anybody who, and there are people my age and older who, for them, this has been part of their life, to come to the alumni banquet every year.
Awesome.
And that's when classes were much smaller and people were much more connected, but we're all dying off. So reality,
Way to go, Elaine.
reality
You just totally
raises
just
its ugly
downer.
head. But anyway.
You're just getting started. You're all just
Exactly,
getting started.
exactly. My class actually meets once a month for lunch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A
there
monthly
are-
class reunion.
A monthly class reunion.
Class of 55.
Yep.
Wow.
So anyway, but they do come to the alumni banquet too, several of them. So it's just a habit that people got into, but really smaller classes were much easier and people were much more connected in those days than they are, you know, when you have 400 kids in a class, then you're connected by other things, maybe interests or clubs or
Sure.
sports or choir or something like that. So it's different. And we really are trying to find something that will interest the younger people. And so we did, you know, almost brought them kicking and screaming. Jen offered actually to help.
Way to go, Jen.
And to try to get younger people also involved because, as I said, you know, those of us who were most connected, there aren't as many of us left either.
Wow.
That sounds terribly
No,
sad.
no,
but but anyway, it's reality, folks. That's the way it goes.
No. It's a party. It's going to be a party.
It's
October
a party.
7th, right?
Yes,
It's a party.
And traditionally, the classes who are celebrating an honor year, so this year it's the classes that end in 2 or 7, have come to the banquet to be recognized for their term of being an alumni.
Awesome.
So this year, I know we have a few groups of folks from those honor years who are coming.
Awesome.
So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the Alumni Association itself, President.
Sure, yeah.
How many people you have involved, and again, remind me, how often do you meet, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we have about 11 people involved, and we're always looking for more board members if anybody out there is interested in becoming involved.
What do you have to be to qualify? You have to be
An alumni,
You do have to be alumni. Okay.
that's it.
And that's it?
Yeah,
There you go.
interested.
Interested would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we meet about every other month until the banquet's coming up. Then we meet a little bit more frequently. We're trying to learn from who is not represented on the board, which is typically younger folks, and we grow from there as well, and figure out how do we engage the community and how are we not already. So yeah,
Cool.
The Alumni Association in Hastings is the oldest active alumni association in the nation. We are 134 years strong.
That's a good run. 134.
Yeah, and that means that we've had an official alumni meeting every year for 134 years. So.
And we have the minutes of those meetings to prove it.
Yeah, tell me what is in those minutes from the first meeting. What's the juicy stuff?
Oh, from the first meeting, I think the dues were 25 cents. And by the way, they've gone down because it's free now to be
Oh,
a
wow,
member.
they've
Yes.
gone down in the last
Yeah.
136 years.
Yes,
That's
that is
impressive.
an
That has
important
got
note.
to be the only thing that's gone down. But the dues were 25 cents. It talked about the food that I think it costs 50 cents for the food. And
At the meeting.
there were, I want to say 20 some people there.
Which the good news is we have about 50 coming to the banquet this year, so we've also increased
We've also
our
increased
attendance.
the number of people who are
Attendance.
coming.
Way to go, President. You're doing well. What did they have to eat at that first one? Did it say that in the
I
notes?
think it was
or in the minutes?
little sandwiches. It was in an afternoon, which we have actually talked about doing.
Oh, really? Sandwiches?
Yeah.
Kind of
Little
relived that first
sandwiches,
meeting.
you know, fancy little things. And they had, they bought silverware to use, and they sold that in the 50s when they started having it in the school.
Sure.
And then they could use the school silverware, but they also had like a silver tea service, those kinds of things. It was a fancy little thing that they did at that time.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Wow. For those interested in getting involved in the association, how can they get a hold of you, or where can they find more information?
They can call my grandma,
There you go.
Yep.
or they can
can
find
call.
me.
And what is your number, Grandma?
My number,
Miss
I
Elaine?
have two.
Okay, we'll put them both right here on the screen.
Let's go with 231-0976. That's the one that rings the longest and I can get to. The other one only rings 4
Maybe
times.
I'll just do that
The,
Yeah, you can just do one. One
Okay.
number is good.
Yeah.
One number.
the other one, by the time I find the phone, the 4 rings are over. I don't know how to change that.
Let's give them the longer ringing one to give you more of a chance to answer the call.
And she'll interview you.
Exactly.
Make sure you're suited for the board.
Exactly.
She,
think it's a great
actually,
idea.
Jen called me this morning and I couldn't find the phone. It only rings 4 times. So
Oh, great.
anyway,
Well, that sounds great. Thank you both for all you do for the association, and it sounds like a great time coming up on Saturday, October 7th at the Onion Grille. What time is it? I don't have that down.
The social hour starts at 5:30 and the dinner will be around 6:15, and we're gonna sneak a little meeting in there at some point.
Nice. Ooh, okay, cool. Maybe perhaps raise the dues up. Is that on the agenda?
Oh,
Talking about the dues?
maybe 30 cents.
30 cents. And
yeah, we
bring
could,
it back to the
we
quarter.
could, or maybe even a quarter, because
Yeah.
then it'd be more
We
than
would
it
be
is
more
now.
than 0.
That's true.
Yeah.
So every alumni, every person that graduates from Hastings High School is automatically a member.
Oh, man, that's great.
And they pay no dues and they owe us nothing. But we do invite them to the banquet, which kind of serves as an all-school reunion.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, again, thank you both for coming in again and doing our interview. It was great seeing you both again.
Yeah,
and,
thank you.
Good luck on the banquet. Sounds like a fun time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Great one.
Thanks for having us.
And thank you folks at home for this in studio. We'll see you next time.